TIFU by getting fired because I cried. Okay, so this happened about 2 hours ago. First of all, a little backstory. I'm a 25 years old male who lives in Iran, which is a very shitty country to live or to be born in. Everything here sucks and is incredibly hard, including finding a job. I have been unemployed since COVID hit my country, and just recently I managed to finally find a job. COVID is still raging here, since they won't vaccinate us, so most times we work from home. I was dating this girl for about 9 months, which I know isn't a long time, but since I'm leaving the country in a few months forever, I really invested myself into this relationship cause we planned to leave together and everything was going so smoothly. My anxiety was practically gone and I was really happy after a really long life of being depressed. Yesterday, out of nowhere she breaks up with me and tells me that she isn't feeling the relationship anymore and that I'm a really good guy and she doesn't want to hurt my feelings in the long run. Which destroys me, but I understand. I tell her to give us another chance and she says no, it's better this way. She's a very honest person, so I believe her and leave. I accept the outcome even though I immediately start crying. Anyway, today I'm still pretty bummed out, but I gotta go to the office for a couple of hours and my boss is there to help me, which is a big relief since I really didn't feel like working. I take a smoke break and get reminded of some memories and I start crying a little bit. I go back upstairs and my boss immediately finds out that I've been crying and insists on me telling him what happened, which I do. He looks me dead in the eyes and says, "Wow, you were crying over that? Such a weak person, I don't think you are a good fit for the company if that's the stuff you are worried about. I think you should leave." At this point I start laughing, cause this is clearly a joke, right? Right? Wrong. He looked at me like I'm insane and asked me to leave immediately. So I pack up my stuff and do as I'm told. Yesterday I had a girlfriend whom I loved and a job and a good future ahead of me. Now I'm just a guy who has to leave his country and everyone he loves because he was born in one of the worst places possible and he's doing it completely alone and broken. Honestly, maybe boys should not cry. Edit, wow, you guys made my day a million times better. I'd give you all hugs and golds if internationally usable credit cards were a thing here and I could buy Reddit coins. But since that's not possible, I'll send all my love. Edit 2, holy shit, this blew up? You guys are amazing. Thanks for all the awards and kind words. I have learned so much by just reading your replies and I have definitely gained a new perspective on my life. I will cherish your words forever. Also, I'm sorry if I can't reply to all your kind comments. I will try my best to reply to as many as I can. Also, for people who ask, I'm moving to Germany on a school scholarship and will definitely update you all beautiful people. Much love to all of you. Update. I was contemplating not making this update because it's not the type of "it all worked out at the end" update, but since I promised one, here you go. Okay, when I created the original post, it was me shouting in the dark, and I didn't expect it to blow up, but it did, and you guys helped me through a lot of my anxiety. A couple of people even stayed in touch, and I gave them updates here and there. I wish I could have told you things worked out and I'm happy in Germany starting a new life, but that didn't happen. I will break this up into a timeline so it's easy to follow. September 2021, I found a job a month after I posted the original thread in a company based in the US. It was a remote job, and the CEO was Iranian. We were not documented, which is fine because most of the time, Iranian CEOs hire people outside of the US to pay them way less. This happens a lot. The pay was about $160 a month, and we had no benefits, but whatever, I was trying to save money to get out as soon as possible. March 2022, I started applying for schools in Germany and was confident I would get in because a couple of years ago, my brother went through the same process and got in easily. I applied to 9 universities. A few rejected me because of my GPA, which is fair, and a few others accepted my application. Now at this time, my undergraduate degree isn't ready because, in Iran, it takes a ridiculous amount of time and effort for you to get your degree. May 2022, a small protest happens outside of my school in support of a girl who was sexually assaulted, but since the a-hole who did that to her had a powerful dad, the girl got arrested and he didn't face any consequences. Also, since no news outlet covered it, we all gathered to support her. Long story short, I was arrested and expelled, which resulted in me not getting my diploma. Naturally, in a couple of months, the 2 schools that accepted my provisional application without my degree wanted my degree, and I couldn't provide it, so understandably, they had to move forward with other applicants. I also left my job because I realized we were being overworked for little to no money. Whenever we ask for a raise, they always find a way not to do it, and honestly, the CEO has promised every employee that he'd help them move to the U.S. at some point, which is obviously a lie, and they just want us to work for them as much as we can until they can afford actual on-site employees. September 2022, protests break out, and I leave Iran for a neighboring country because it will not be safe for me since I'm fairly active on social media about the whole situation and a few thousand people follow me. 3 days after I left, they showed up at my house back in Iran and demanded to arrest me, but luckily I wasn't there. If I go back to Iran, I won't make it past airport security. For the past 2 months, I have been trying to find a job, but I haven't been successful. I have a half-decent resume, but I keep getting rejected because of the country I'm in right now. I'm exhausted and out of options. I'm burning through my savings, and in a few weeks, I'm either going to have to be homeless or go back to Iran to get arrested. I'm in a really dark place and have little to no hope for what's to come. I miss my friends and my family. I just wanted a normal life. I know I'm being pathetic, and I didn't want to post this. I wanted to have something good happen so I could update you guys with happy news, but everything keeps getting worse. This will probably be my last post on this matter and on Reddit. Sorry if I let you guys down. Update 2. First of all, I'm writing this here because I can't, for the life of me, figure out how to post on any of the previous subreddits without it getting removed. I don't think this will reach far, but to those who were interested, here we go. Okay, so basically, 3 years ago, I posted the original post on r/TIFU. A tiny TLDR for those who have no clue what I'm talking about. I'm from Iran, and 2 years ago, when life was really getting me down, I cried in front of my boss, and he fired me. Then, people encouraged me to leave Iran and pursue happiness somewhere else. In the following months, protests broke out, and because I was heavily involved in the protests, I got fired from the university, and the move to Germany was off. I had to move to a neighboring country with nothing in my pockets. I became homeless and lost everything. I was on the verge of ending everything when I made a small update, and initially, it went unnoticed, but somebody reposted it on here, drawing attention to it. Since my original post was removed, it still is up here. Now, let's get back to what has happened since then. A couple of very kind Redditors reached out and helped me through those tough times, for which I will be immensely thankful forever. If it weren't for them, I'd either be dead or not where I am today. A couple of months after my post, I found someone who provided me with shelter and food in exchange for work on his farm. I also started tutoring his daughter, for which he paid me, and I saved up bit by bit. In the meantime, I managed to obtain my university transcripts from Iran, had them translated, and applied to 2 universities in Germany. I had little to no hope considering where life had put me. I missed home, I missed family, but bit by bit, things were looking up. I got accepted into one of those universities, obtained my visa after 2 months, and now I'm in Germany. I did it. Finally. Now I had a small problem of having to block 12,000 euros in a bank account to show them I can financially support myself. Obviously, I could not have, and I had a very tiny portion of that money. I did everything to get that money, so I borrowed it from whoever I could. It felt terrible to do so, but I just had to get to somewhere safe. Also, the way that system works guaranteed that I could not have been able to pay it back soon, so it was a nightmare. But I got it done anyway. And now I'm in Germany. I do have a pretty dainty debt problem, but I am here nonetheless. In fact, I have been here for a year and studying and finding a place and friends and everything. Since I didn't speak a word of German and lived in a very small town, I only recently was able to find a job, and the debt problem still remains, but it's been great otherwise. I have more freedom and security than I have ever had. I even found someone, and we are really happy together. I have to mention though that 2 years ago, I was deeply involved in the protests in Iran, mainly on social media. For my safety, I couldn't disclose my whereabouts, but now I can and I want to. I was in Turkey, and life was tough. However, some people in this country are just incredible. They took me in and helped me a lot, and at times, it even felt like home. So, to the people of Turkey, thank you for that. I had to hide from the VIA, IR Ministry of Intelligence, because they wouldn't leave me be, and you really helped me with that. For my next chapter, not that anybody cares, I have decided to change everything and start from the ground up. I'm going to pursue politics and make real change happen because I don't want anyone to go through what I have. I know it's near impossible to achieve, but that doesn't mean I won't try. I really want to help my people, and that's going to be my life's purpose now. Being in debt is a little scary. I hope I can manage to get out of it. But hey, I survived far worse things, so fingers crossed, I hope I can manage. I want to thank the incredible people who helped me during this time, and I want to thank the person who reposted my post on r/bestofredditor updates. You are an absolute legend.